The more insecure people feel, the more they focus on material things. Now, I did a research, and out of that research, I wrote a book called Your Trauma and Your Money: How Hidden Wounds Shape the Way You Earn, Invest, and Save Money. I wrote that book because there was a stage in my life I was noticing a pattern with my finances, a paradigm, a cycle with my finances. And while I began to dig deep, I realized that, hey, my trauma is actually affecting how I am spending money. And from my research, I discovered that most of us are struggling in four areas. And these four areas determines how we run our businesses, our ministry, and how we handle our finances. The first area is you either feel you are loved or you are unloved. There's a certain kind of upbringing that some of us grow as adults with love deficiency. And you begin to spend money in ways, in things, on people so that you can feel love when you have. But somebody who feels love is more secure. And that is the kind of person that does not have the point to prove. The second area where we struggle is you either feel worthy or unworthy. And when you don't feel worthy, when you don't have self-worth, there's every tendency that you spend more money on material things, on fashion, on luxurious things, you know. So somebody can start a business, but because he's so needy of self-worth, he may even end up spending capital to buy a car or luxurious things just to feel worthy. The third area is you either feel secure or insecure. And when you feel insecure, there's every tendency that you may not take risk. You cannot invest. You rather hold your money because you don't feel secure. Having money in your rooms, in your drawers around you without investing makes you feel more secure. And then the third area where many of us struggle is either you feel hopeful or you feel hopeless. What is called learned hopelessness. And life can so deal with you that you become hopeless and you no longer take risk. And you see the acronym of PAW, PAW is an acronym, passing over opportunities repeatedly. And when you feel hopeless, there are many opportunities you will not seize. So this is really a great book. It is well researched, and it will be out before the year ends. So if you really want a copy, you can pre-order. It's just 10,000 naira. Now, in my research, I discovered there's what is called transgenerational trauma. During the slave trade, when the slaves were displayed for sale, the slave that had the biggest and the strongest chain signifies strength, power, endurance. So any slave that they had to use a stronger and a bigger chain to chain and to hold them captive, the price of that slave was higher. And now you can see that we have rappers who now feel that the only way they can display wealth, superiority, is by how big their chains are, how expensive the chain that they are carrying. And subconsciously they don't understand that this may just be a transgenerational display. That is subconsciously we are still replaying the trauma of our forefathers. So in this book, the research is clear that many of us will have to become that transitional character to end the trauma so that our children can begin to feel loved, feel worthy, feel secure, and have more hope and do great things. Because if you look at it in Africa, most times we don't build businesses that are transgenerational. We don't have transgenerational wealth. Why? Because many of us are suffering from the spending virus, because there's always a point that we want to prove. And so that's why I've written this book, so that we need to heal from our trauma. We need to come up with affirmation so that we can deal with this subconscious programming that makes us to want to prove a point and to use money to buy love, use money to buy what? Use money to feel secure. Because if you look at it, even from the research that I saw in America, the whites invest more of their money, while the blacks spend more of their money on luxury materials. Because if the more you feel insecure, the more you will focus on material things. So it's a great book. If you want to pre-order, right now you can pre-order for 10,000 naira. The book will be out before the end of the year. If you're really concerned about your finances and you really want to build transgenerational wealth, you really want your business to succeed and your ministry, because some of us, the way we run our businesses, our ministries, our organizations is trauma responses, and it's affecting how we manage and deal with people. So, and most times we're not even aware. This book, we open up your eyes to see that there are many areas that we need to deal with so that we can build a transgenerational business, a transgenerational ministry, and so that we can leave wealth for our children's children. So please, if you need that material and I know it will be helpful to you, you can pre-order. Just send me a DM. If you like messages like this, like, follow, so that you don't miss my next content. Thank you for your time.